I am the Doctor, this is my section. Earth is under my protection. Planet of birth is Gallifrey. I've got two hearts, your life is saved. Run into the Master Raw Missy. Come on, Alonzo. Alonzi. I am a Time Lord. No, I'm not rich. 12 bodies a man. Now it's time for a switch. Don't look like that. I'm in great health. You were expecting someone else? Regeneration. Oh, such fun. When I say run, run, run. What's up, my boy? Peace and sanity. Sorry, mustache. Reverse the polarity. Sometimes I'm north, but always a limey, wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. Jump in the TARDIS, go for a ride. It's bigger on the inside. Exploring all of time and space. Oh, what's that? Exterminate.
Cyberman, a Daleks, baby.
Would you like a jelly baby? Time's ticking, we'd best go. A new adventure, Geronimo! I am fantastic, so are you. Best come with me, I'm Doctor Who. Welcome to a brand new episode of D4WH.
Yeah.
I am your host. What are names now when something unnameable is marching towards us across the moon? I'm Adam O'Sullivan.
Ooh.
Joined as always by my co-host. She's standing in the Earthlight. It's Nicchia Shoot.
Oh, and I love to stand in the Earthlight. I find I'm more attractive the duller the light is, really. Yeah. So Earthlight.
I love you so much, I'll get you the Earth.
I think that should be an Instagram filter. Earthlight.
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 Isn't that every Instagram picture is Earthlight?
Pretty much.
No, sunlight.
Sunlight.
Ooh,
nice.
And also joining us as always is BekTech.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought she was Dick Turban because she's got a mask on.
yeah. I have the snifflies today. I don't want to get everyone sick.
No.
He is hoping that third COVID test.
Yep, number 3 if I have to get it redone again.
My God, you've had a lot. Is there some sort of do you get off on the nose thing?
Oh my God, I've just had a moment of self-realization. Yes.
I think
Yes.
because she gets more colds than anyone. That
Yeah.
I do. This is the 7th time in 18 months I've been sick with a cold.
Wow.
Oh no.
So, yeah.
And please welcome for her first time on the show.
Yeah.
Do, show, bro, crow, blow, do. It's comedian Ting Lym.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Hey, how are you doing? Thank you for
Yeah.
joining us.
Thanks for having me.
You got to meet the Jadoon. Blow, show, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah,
whoa,
that's
whoa.
like a sick intro. You should be at like every gig I do and just be in the background like yelling.
Please welcome to Shay. Bro, show, blow, no.
I'll be like, this is a very different
And
comedy.
people are like, this is fucking sick. What's that from? Doctor Who. Oh, okay, right.
Yeah,
no,
I'm over it now.
Don't worry about
No,
it.
I'll be like, you guys should be
Yeah.
shame if you don't know Doctor Who. I actually
Exactly.
never saw Doctor Who until like last night.
Do you want to go through your history with
Yeah.
Doctor Who? So you've never watched Doctor Who
No,
before?
I never watched Doctor Who because
Did you know
like,
that it existed?
I've heard of it, but I just never watched it because, like, in Singapore, we only had one TV channel, and they used to play like reruns of like Everyone Loves Lucy. Like, it was just like one TV station, one TV channel, and I never had cable, so like you never got to watch like the cool shows. Like it was like Sesame Street or Everyone Loves Lucy, and that was
I'm
it.
surprised you didn't dye your hair red.
It was like black and white.
Oh,
It's quite interesting because we were doing classic episodes, and it's like,
Yeah.
back when we used to have 4 or 5 channels, they were just desperate to fill up the time. They were like, well, just pad this story out, make it go 5, 6, 7 episodes. And now that we have hundreds of channels, it's
Yeah.
like if a show doesn't do well within 2 episodes, they're like, that's it, it's cancelled.
yeah.
I hate it though. I hate it when they do that because like you get into it and you're like, no, why?
What would have happened? That's what I
Yeah.
always want to know. I want to know what would have happened.
I wonder if there's any podcasts from people who have started up a podcast from one of those shows.
Oh.
Like there's been a TV show that's only been on for 2 episodes and then got cancelled. I wonder if there's like a podcast out there.
I thought you were saying I wonder if there's a podcast that did 2 shows and everyone loved it and then they went, we're not doing it anymore.
Ours. And we decided to keep doing it.
We just keep flogging that dead horse. So you had never seen it until last night.
Yeah, I've never watched
fantastic.
it before. I know, like, in theory, like, what the show is about, but I've never seen it before. Like, I wish I did, because I think I'll get into it.
Cool.
That's our secret plan.
Yeah.
Were you into other sci-fi things when you were a teenager?
There wasn't a lot of, like, options on TV when I was a teenager. Like, it was just, like, Days of Our Lives was another one. Just, like,
I don't know if you know, that's not a huge sci-fi show.
no,
but,
it's not.
Well, it is kind of sci-fi because people die and come back looking
Yeah.
completely different and shorter.
Yeah. And they also like replay characters as well. But like there wasn't never any like sci-fi things that they showed except for Star Wars, but that was the only one.
Yeah.
It'd be amazing if the last episode of Days of Our Lives, they just pan the camera across and there's a huge cloning bay and they're like, oh, all these clones like, oh, that's how they keep coming back.
That's why they never age.
Again, do you think there's a Days of Our Lives podcast?
Probably.
Yes.
Oh, there would be.
Oh,
There would even be a game. I wouldn't be surprised if they had one.
Yeah.
oh that'd be
It's
so
Days
cool.
of Our Lives video game where you're like, backstab.
You have to have a bingo card for that. Oh, we're happily married. You're going to get divorced.
Isn't that like Neighbours here? Like where it's just like
Yeah, sort of like that. And you wouldn't want to live in, where is it, Salem. You wouldn't want to live in Salem because you'd either be accused of murder or you'd die and then someone else would come back and be you. And, and this would be like in a week.
this is like the writers are just like coming up with different plots.
yeah.
Like all the tragedies have already been like they're like we don't know, we need a new disease or something. Like
Except for me, like someone would come back and be like, I'm your evil twin brother. And I'd be like, great. Can you go to work for me?
Yeah.
I'll just stay at home. That's fantastic. No, I'm trying to destroy your life. The best way to destroy my life would be if you could just go to my job and do it for me. That would be amazing.
actually you sound more evil in that situation. You're like, go to work.
Secretly, you are the evil
yeah,
twin.
I have yet to meet my good twin.
Yes.
That is the plot twist. Yeah.
Oh, and here's your good twin. Damn it for the good twin.
Why is he better looking than me? God damn it.
Somehow you've just magically sprouted one of those twisty mustaches
Yeah.
to twirl.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Someone asked me last night if I could grow mutton chops, and I was like, if I could, I'd be wearing them.
Yeah, no, he'd just have to hang real mutton chops, wouldn't you? Just here.
I know, I would end up eating them.
I'd like to see that just like...
Make sure you cook them then.
No dice. Raw meat for me, baby.
Very paleo.
I'm paleo, that's right. Raw meat and I believe conspiracy theories. That's what paleo is these days, isn't it?
Yes.
That's a great Tinder profile. You should write. I'm like, this guy is quirky. I like him. Like,
Quirky, yeah. This guy could kill me. All right, fantastic.
Oh my god.
I love a bit of excitement.
Yeah.
Our episode today is Smith & Jones, Series 3, Episode 1, written by Russell T Davies and directed by Charles Palmer. Originally aired on the BBC on Saturday, March 31st, 2007. We start, as always, with a short synopsis. The medical student Martha Jones encounters a strange man on her way to work. What's even stranger is he's lying in a bed at the hospital and doesn't recognize her at all. All of that pales in comparison when the hospital is transported to the moon and the Jadoon begins cataloguing everybody. It turns out there's an alien running around. Well, 2 aliens if you also count the Doctor. The Jadoon are hunting down a plasmavore which can assimilate the DNA of any creature it feeds on. The Doctor and Martha will defeat the plasmavore and rescue all the humans just in time for Martha's brother's 21st. When the Doctor offers Martha the trip of a lifetime, who can say no? Because when the Doctor kisses you, does it really mean nothing?
It's a bit of a kiss there, but I don't.
you guys just sound like you're going down on someone. I'm sorry.
That's the whole podcast, basically.
I don't know what kind of kissing you guys have been doing. Just I love that.
Is that not kissing? Is that,
Oh, no wonder Dave never wants to kiss me. God, I'm always doing that.
That's why my kissing booth was shut down so quickly.
You're lucky you have the mask.
I know. I was just thinking that. I was just like...
I think face licking should come back in anyway. Was it ever in?
No, was it ever in? Yeah.
I'm bringing it in.
Surprisingly, it wasn't until they said that I can't lick someone in the face that I really wanted to do it.
I'm desperate to do
Reverse
it.
psychology works.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a whole lot of people out there we should tell they are not allowed to wear masks, and then they will.
Yeah.
Ha! I have the solution.
It's a little bit creepier trying to lick someone's face when you're wearing a mask, though.
Yeah,
I'm speaking from experience.
but a lot cleaner.
Yeah, I know.
I could just imagine you and your boyfriend being like, I'm going to kiss you. Okay, let's put on our masks and
You have some sick fantasies.
I know. Wait until you see what I've
He's
drawn.
available, ladies.
Yeah. Oh, you haven't told Ting about the reason why you started this podcast.
To look for love? Like,
Yeah,
really?
It was. Yeah.
How's it been working? You got
It
any
wasn't
fangirls?
that.
Like,
You make it
oh,
sound like
come
that was
on.
definitively the reason I
No,
started.
okay, so like let's get the truth here. How many girls? Like
What?
you are so defensive. Oh, and now you play ignorant. How many girls?
How many girls what?
You got
From the
fangirl.
podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, from the podcast?
Yeah,
Oh,
dude, come
zero. Absolutely none.
We do have one guy over in the US called Being Tim, who's a fangirl.
Yeah.
I have a shipping going on. I'm sorry.
But surprisingly, doing a Doctor Who podcast doesn't have its share of groupies.
I find that weird because I love Doctor Who. You know,
We're lucky if we can get people to come to our live shows, let alone groupies.
I just think, I like Doctor Who and I wear a poncho. So how cool can I be, eh?
But like you go to Comic-Con and there's like tons of people there. Like,
Yeah.
just gotta spread those wings, baby.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like-
Yeah. Maybe not have, next time, not have your hands all over a puppet. Go for a girl.
All right, let's talk about the episode.
Moving on.
Yeah. On the way to her job at Royal Hope Hospital, medical student Martha Jones is chatting to her family. It's her brother's 21st that night, but her dad is bringing his girlfriend Annalise, who is closer to Martha's age than her dad's.
Yeah. So they're setting up that Martha's the fixer. Martha's the smart one. Martha's the mediator, I guess, in the family.
I assumed that they were going to reveal that Annalise was like friends with Martha or something, because that's usually the trope of like the dad's dating the friend of the daughter.
Oh, good. Wouldn't that be awful if your father started dating your friend?
I know.
Oh yeah, I know.
That would creep me
I'm
out.
glad all my friends are gay men.
Yeah.
Just
And yet, according to Pornhub, it happens all the time.
I know. I
I
was like,
know.
can you do this for me? Like, I need a comedy special.
Need you
know?
to take one for Team Dad. Adam is very lonely.
It's like 2020, spread those wings. Yeah.
Out of nowhere, a strange man in a coat steps in front of her, takes off his tie, and then walks off.
Yeah, isn't that weird? Like if you see a guy taking off anything and then you just like walk on, like nothing happened.
She doesn't chase after him. She lets him like walk away, and you're
Well,
like,
maybe she thinks he's mad. Like,
Probably.
you don't want to chase mad people.
No, but there wasn't any reaction. She was just like straight faced and she just kept walking. I was like, that is really weird.
That's true. I think I would have to pull some sort of face or do some sort of wanker sign at him or something.
get fucked, mate!
You wanker.
That is such a weird sign. If you do a wanker, they're like, are you shaking something? Are you making a cocktail?
That's
like,
right. Salt.
Martini, like. But it was weird because like when I watched the TV show, like it seemed like everyone was just very like blasé that they were aliens. They were like, oh yeah, sure, are you abducting us? And they were on the moon. I was like, no one is freaking out. Like they were so English about the whole thing and polite. I was like, this is so weird.
But then there were those people who were so overacting in the extras who were like,
Yeah.
The second they're on the moon, they lose their shit.
But the main characters were like chill as a cucumber. They were like, yeah, whatever, you know, we're just on the moon, you know.
I don't know how many times this has happened to me.
My favorite is when the Jadoon are walking towards the hospital and they're all like, "Oh, what's going on?" Like all these people are like, "Oh, what's going on?" And the second the Jadoon goes through the barrier, they're like, "Ah! Oh my god, we're all gonna die!"
I like it before that, like when they were on the moon, and then they were like, "Oh, you know, like we shouldn't open the door because there was the air." And then they walked onto the balcony and they opened the door, and there was a lady in the background, like just like crawling on the ground, and the doctor was like, "Oh, it doesn't matter, you know."
Well, and I find that because I'm, a safety person, a safety professional, and I often think they'd land somewhere and he doesn't check for radiation levels or do we have oxygen? It's just open the door, out you go. I think,
Oh, and
no
Martha
risk.
says there's about 1,000 people in the hospital. Oh, sorry, do you mean the same 50 people over and over again?
Oh, I know.
How funny would it be if you recognize the extra and you're like, "Hey man, hang on a minute, you were in a wheelchair. What the hell?" Like,
Well, basically, Martha was in the 2 episodes ago.
are you for real?
Yeah,
Like,
As an extra.
She was an extra, and she did
But
so
she had a
well.
speaking role.
Yeah, she had a speaking role and everything, and a character had a name, and then they would like her so much they were like, hey, do you want to be the new companion? And they're like, didn't my character die in the last one? Yeah. We'll say it's your cousin.
Yeah, so she tells him that story. I had a cousin, Adiola, and she died. And he goes, oh, it's like the doctor doesn't go, hey, you look just like the girl who died, like, I don't know, a week ago.
Wow, there's such a career progression as well.
Yeah.
Extra to main character. Like,
It happens all the time in Doctor Who. The
Really?
Doctor was in an episode, multiple times the person who plays the Doctor was in one episode as a guest character, and then they go, hey, do you want to play the Doctor?
Yeah. So you do a good job, you get on, I guess, and they like you, and the next thing you know,
you're the main character.
you're the main character
Yeah.
or the companion.
There was one
Wow.
episode where there was two extras, like one ended up being the doctor in the future and then one ended up being a companion in the future.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
just like
In just one episode.
in like comedy, like, you know, if you turn up to an open mic and then the janitor becomes the next
Yeah.
like host or something, you're like, what? As a career progression?
How many people are fuming in the background? Damn the janitor.
It's just like, wow.
Or you turn up to an open mic and there's like one person in the audience, you're like, oh, I'm glad we have an audience. And then they call out a name and that person gets up. You're like, fuck it, damn it, it's another comedian.
I know.
That happens a lot.
In Brisbane.
Yeah. It does.
Pre-COVID. Like post-COVID, things have been like awesome, like at gigs and stuff. They've been so good. Good Chat is like fucking amazing. They just,
Really?
Yeah, they run like the best show. Like
Wow.
Good Chat, Sit Down is like crushing it. Like Base Comedy is crushing it. It's like,
You run a show too, Hot Mess. How's that going?
yeah, it's
Yeah,
going
it's
good.
sold out.
Like sold
Yeah,
out.
that's
Wow.
fantastic.
So
Yeah.
people are really getting into live because they haven't been able to.
Yeah, I think like the first time I got like after, you know, when we could go back out again to do gigs, like I was so nervous because I was out of practice for almost like a year. And then I forgot that the audience haven't been to a live show for that long as well.
Yeah.
You know, because I just got in my own head as a performer, you know how it is. And then I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna like bomb tonight. And then everyone's just like, no, you're the best. I'm like, this is so weird. Like, you are too supportive. What happened to like, what happened to the people who watch pokies and go, get off stage? Like,
Don't worry, I'm sure we'll return to that sometime in
Yeah.
the future.
yeah, I know.
That you've got that to look forward to.
Yeah.
But it's been such a long time for me. I think a year and a half.
Yeah,
that-
you were meant to be in Canberra.
Yeah, well, I was.
It was around this time last year that we were talking about how you're going to Canberra.
Yeah, I was. And then I was here for work when COVID hit, and I've been here ever since. And now I'm here permanently again.
So you're not going to Canberra anymore. You're stuck
no,
here.
no, I'm stuck here. Stuck here.
I love that you got stuck here during COVID and then your job was like, you know what? You can actually do it from Brisbane.
Yeah, that is the thing, and that the whole world has changed in the way that we work. But anyway, not very Doctor Who-y.
No.
Yeah.
At work, it's quite strange because when the pandemic hit, my work was very resistant about letting everyone work from home because they were like,
Really?
oh, people are going to be less productive and
Which
blah,
is
blah, blah.
rubbish.
God.
So then we started working from home. They're like, oh, actually, you know, some of the managers are like, actually, it's not that bad. And now they're setting up an office where it's basically designed, everything's integrated, and you can
Yep.
book desks come in, and they're like, oh yeah, we'll probably do half in the office, half from home, blah blah blah. So it's really affected the way that
Yeah,
that
well,
they've set up the new
the
office.
same with us. But, you know, I sometimes, if I'm awake at 2 a.m, can't sleep, I'll log in and do work. So they're actually
yeah.
getting more from me.
That's what I find though. When you work from home, it's like I actually get to do more, but I'm also like thinking about work. Like I don't like leave work when,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
but when I leave the building, I leave work. That's it. Like,
that's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
My thing is, when I go into the office, I spend at least the first hour of the day just talking to people, being
Yeah.
like, and people are like, how's your weekend? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Whereas if I'm at home, I just wake up, literally log into my computer and start answering emails for the entire day, you know?
Yeah. Just, you know, smooth your hair, rub your teeth, you're ready to go.
Basically.
oh, I'm the worst. Like I drink coffee. I don't brush my teeth. I drink coffee. I have a mint and I'm like, I'm good to go, baby.
Thankfully, they can't see stink waves through the...
Yeah.
No, I never switch on the camera too.
Yeah.
Because my hair is such a mess.
At the entrance of the hospital, Martha is nudged by a slab, a tall, skinny guy in leather wearing a motorcycle helmet.
I know. I remember the first time I saw this episode and I was like, hello, sweetie.
And I know, we find out that they're creations later, but, you know.
Sexy man in leather.
Yeah, who ordered that ass?
Yes.
It's so weird that they allow, like, he just walked in with a helmet and
I know,
it was fine.
yeah, I
Like, it's
know.
like, you can't go into a bank with a bloody helmet and then, like, a hospital, they're like, it's fine, they're weaker people
Let
there, go
'em
ahead.
in,
Like,
yeah.
They let them just stand ominously on, like, corners and people will be like, that's fine.
Yeah.
That guy standing over there with a motorcycle helmet, totally fine.
But it's like nobody notices.
yeah.
You know,
like he was invisible, maybe.
well, he's not, but everybody sort of that's a Doctor Who trope too, is that everybody, no matter what happens, they all forget about it afterwards.
Like Men in Black, like,
Yeah. Yeah, we've got two guys in black.
The upcoming festive special is about Daleks coming to Earth, and everyone's like, what do you mean? They've been on Earth like multiple times before, and then people are like, oh, people forget.
Yeah.
But I mean, we have fake news these days, so it's kind of easy to understand.
Yeah.
Well,
People
that's
believe
true.
that coronavirus doesn't exist, so of course they're going to be
know.
like,
Cough,
Daleks
cough,
don't
Dad.
exist.
Cough, cough.
Yeah, I know. People are crazy.
Yes. The first patient of the day is Miss Finnegan, a nice, unassuming little old lady with a character name and lines, so she's obviously the bad guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she's been in Midsummer, Lewis, any sort of British crime or television show you could think of.
Yeah, well, you
she's
progress.
Been
You'd
Yeah.
be in murder shows, then Doctor Who,
Yeah.
then,
Neighbours.
Neighbours.
I didn't like her. Like, she wasn't nice. She was annoying.
No.
I found her annoying. She was like, I had salad every day. I was like, you lied, bitch. You lied. No one has salad every day.
Yeah, but also, so if someone does eat salad every day, it's like, I don't talk to them. They'll
Yeah,
just talk to
don't
you.
trust
No.
them.
You should eat more salad. Like, get the fuck out.
Like,
of
I
here.
know I have like grandparents. I'm like, none of them are having salad at that age. They
No.
do not give a shit.
No.
They're like, I'll have what I want.
Life's too short.
I think
for salad.
the closer you get to death, the more you just eat chocolate, drink what you
that's-
like.
Drink
Yep.
wine, you know,
Yep.
you just, heroin addiction,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
go for
Snort
go,
coke, you know.
go for gold. Like, look at the last 10 years. you
All
know?
those things you missed out on because you didn't want to be, sickly.
Maybe we should try asking the patient, what did you have for dinner last night? Heroin?
Yeah.
What about the night before?
heroin.
What about the night before?
Salad.
I tried something different the night before that. I had an 8-ball. Yeah.
But there was the weird thing as well in the dialogue. The doctor asked the granny, was like, what did you eat? And she was like, salad. And he was like, the day before salad. And then he said, she had salad the whole week. I was
Yeah.
like, that's a huge jump.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I ate red meat for the other 4 days. Shut up, bitch. I'm telling you what you ate.
Stab her.
I'm telling the students. Oh, she'd like that.
And that's the best way that you deal with your patients, is stab them.
High def rate. Never mind, it's free.
Well, I tell you what, never ever trust anyone with a straw. I've gone right
A
off people
plastic
with
straw?
straws.
Don't you know those kill the ocean?
Yeah.
I like how like it was really dainty as well. Like she just stick the straw in the throat and she's like,
Yeah.
Oh, just excuse me.
Oh my God,
no.
she's got a straw.
you actually do have a straw.
Tea straw.
Oh, no.
She's got a vicious straw.
So you're the
metal.
plasmavore.
Why do you have a bubble tea straw but no bubble tea?
It's a reusable one. I just keep it in my bag when I go out.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah. Well, you never know when you're going to need blood, for your straw.
Yeah.
do you?
Yes.
I just keep one in
I
my
have
bag.
a bunch of reusable straws at home, but I never take them out with me, so...
Yeah, that's a portable straw. I like that. That's really
Yeah,
cool.
I put normal
Oh.
one as well.
I went to a bar and that was when they had the plastic straw ban, but some pubs were not doing it. And I just like went to a bar and I ordered a Coke and I was like, can I have a straw? Thinking it was a paper straw. And he was like, no, we do not have straws.
Oh.
Don't ask us to break the
Yeah.
law.
And then he's like, you think about the turtles. And I was like, dude, I thought you got paper straws, man. What the hell? I'm not trying to kill animals here. Like,
Well, what do you mean the turtle took all the straws? What's going on with the turtle?
I can't
I know.
stand paper straws. That's why I always
I
carry
hate
some.
paper straws.
they
know.
dissolve.
They dissolve, yeah. And
then
I
you eat the
like
paper.
straws, but I hate
They
paper
also
straws.
kind of give me the creeps, just the feel of them, and I just
What, the
can't
paper
stand
straw?
them. Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
why?
It's like how nails on a chalkboard make some people go.
Oh, you
"Ugh."
know, like the texture of paper?
Yeah, so the texture of the paper straw does. Yeah. Oh, it freaks me
And
out.
they're just creepy. Like, you go to take a drink and they're like, do you come here often? You're like, oh, God,
What about
God.
like posters? Like, do you?
no, that's
freak
all right.
out?
I don't usually put them in my mouth. Well,
You've been doing it wrong this entire time.
I know. I was gonna say, like, haven't you read the Kama Sutra?
Damn it,
Like,
How do
never
you
know
do a
anything.
duck impression? You stick one on your upper lip, one on
Oh, no, I just don't like sticking paper in my mouth.
oh, I thought you
I don't
meant
think
like
anyone
when you were
does.
touching the paper. you
No,
didn't
no,
like
no. I
that.
just don't like sticking it in my mouth. So, like a paper man and I would not get on at all. Not at all.
Good to know.
Yeah, good to know. Don't set
Limitations.
me up with paper men, okay?
I love that if a paper man turned up, your first impression would be like, well, we cannot kiss.
And it's
Wouldn't be like, holy fuck, sentient paper.
there'll be no oral, I can tell you that.
Isn't that where you just talk about sex?
Yeah. We've already discussed
that's what
this.
you
Yeah,
thought that was,
that's
yeah.
right.
But didn't you used to smoke though?
Yeah.
Yes, but that's different.
What is so different? It's made from paper.
It's not, but it's not that rough textured paper that straws are. It's a texture thing.
She doesn't like it rough.
I don't like it rough. I like it very smooth so I can sleep. I don't.
Like a baby's arm or something.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
A little itty bitty baby's arm.
Yeah, would you smoke a
Or a
baby's
Barbie
arm?
doll.
I just like to be able to relax.
Relax. So you both can.
Yeah.
Miss Finnegan is complaining of dizziness, and the consultant thinks it's salt deficiency. When she said she had eaten nothing but salad for a week, I thought he was going to say it was iron deficiency, not salt.
If you eat spinach, then maybe it wouldn't be an iron deficiency.
No.
Well, red meat, because she's not really eating red meat, so I thought, it'd be an iron deficiency.
It actually, iron deficiency makes more sense than salt.
Yeah, it does.
It does, but you had to fit in that she's a plasmavore and so therefore she needed salt. So, salt deficiency.
The second patient for the day is Mr. Smith, a man Martha saw on her way to work, except that he doesn't recognize her, and he's been in the hospital all night.
Ooh.
All night, baby.
Oh no.
She is so tiny, Martha.
Yeah.
Just, I met her at one of the Doctor Who,
Comic-Cons.
Comic-Cons, and she is
Yeah.
like tiny and little, itty bitty. Like I could have popped her in my pocket and taken her for a walk. I could not get over how little she was.
Free me in my pocket.
I got a Freema in my pocket.
Reading up about Martha, it's like they wanted a companion who was slightly older than Rose.
Yeah.
And that doesn't come across, like, she
No.
just seems exactly the same age as the previous companion. You know?
I see her as like in her late 20s. I feel like
Well,
Rose,
Rose
is in
was
her
supposed to
early
be
20s.
19.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the first
Yeah.
companion was 19, which is a little creepy.
Yeah, now you think about the shows, you're like, 19.
Yeah.
And he's
Yeah.
900 years old.
Yeah,
So.
exactly.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, creepy. December-May relationships. But I could see, because I love Martha, but I could see now, and this is background you won't know about, Ting, but I could see now how they were setting her up to this unrequited love thing.
Oh, yeah.
I could
Oh,
see it
definitely.
straight away, and I thought, oh, bugger, I hated that part of the story.
Because the doctor and his previous companion were in love.
Yeah.
And-
Sort of, yeah.
And then literally the next companion is like, she's in love with the doctor, but he doesn't love her back. And it's like, oh.
And they kind of got a great character and took away,
Yeah.
independence.
yeah,
The
her
trope, they
independence.
just-
Yeah. And then she was such a great character and there's so many great moments, but yeah, they just kind of made her a bit, "Oh, I love you."
When Martha checks, Mr. Smith has 2 heartbeats. Did you get that he had 2 heartbeats?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And she's not surprised either.
Like, she wasn't shocked. She was just like, stomach cramps? I was like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He winks
Like-
at her, and the consultant's like, "What the fuck's going on here? Why do you wink at you?"
Of course, I did realise that had he winked at me like that, it would have gone, "I love you too. I love you."
I was just like really confused. Like her reaction was just so nonchalant. She's
Yeah.
like, "Oh yeah, this is normal." Just like-
Another one with 2 hearts. They're everywhere you go.
So you've got 2 heartbeats. The only logical explanation would be you are about 9 months pregnant.
Well, and the other thing is, he's been in hospital for overnight. Did no one else work out that he have
exactly.
2 hearts? Why was she the one who worked it out? I mean, they would have checked. They do obs all the time.
She goes to the nurses and she's like, "This guy has 2 hearts," and they're all like, "Yeah, we all know," but he winked at us, so we were like, "Don't worry about
He's
it."
pretty.
and he had a board as well. Like they were looking at the board, and I was like, no one said it.
Nobody wrote down 2 hearts.
Yeah, we've taken blood and we don't know what the fuck's in it.
It's just very strange.
When the consultant, B. Stoker, checks the chart, he gets zapped with blue static electricity. All the medical students, including Martha, experienced the same thing. A similar thing. Mr. Stoker waves it off as part of the approaching electrical storm.
Now, I will tell you with static electricity, it is, you hate to, when you touch a door and you get a shock. So when I was working at a university, there was a particular academic who was quite what we would call a whackademic. And we were all getting zapped. And he came up and he said, "Oh, there's a safety problem." And I'm like, it's nothing to do with workplace health and safety. And I said, "Well, you can put your keys in your hand, or you can touch the wall before you touch the door." And he said, "Can I get a static strip like they put on the back of your car and wear it off the back of my pants?"
What?
And I said, "What?" And he said, "Can I get one of those leather static strips and wear it off the back of my pants to attach it to me?" And I said, "Yes, you can."
Yes.
And as he walked off, I thought, "And you can earth it up your ass," but I didn't say it. What a strange thing to ask somebody.
And he wore that butt plug for the rest of the season.
But who didn't get zapped with static electricity? That's right, butt plug boy.
I'm surprised he was like cool with it. Like it was like,
He was a very strange person. But yes, anyway.
When the doctor espouses about his friend Benjamin Franklin, Mr. Stoker suggests a visit from psychiatric.
Well, at least somebody reacted to that. He's got two hearts. But he thinks he's been hanging out with Benjamin Franklin. Nutty.
I'm surprised that, again, like, he stayed overnight and, like, no one had a conversation with him and figure out he was, like, a bit loony. Like,
Did he just sit in the bed and people go, "Oh, he must be here for something"?
Yeah.
Plus, also with Miss Finnegan, they were like, "Well, it's definitely salt deficiency." And they get to Mr. Smith and he's like, "Well, he's got abdominal pains. Anyway, let's get him a visit from psychiatric." Yeah, goodbye. So
Very weird hospital.
Yeah.
Well, that guy deserved to have the blood sucked out of him because he was shit at his job. So there you go.
Turns out the storm is literally just above the hospital, and just up the road, it's sunny as anything.
Oh, yes, we find that from Martha's sister.
Well, you can find it just by looking out. Martha notices the doctor snooping around in his dressing gown, and suddenly the rain is falling up instead of down.
Yeah, but the sister says, "Oh, the rain, Martha, it's going up." And then they show the shot.
Yeah.
And you can't see the rain. So unless Tish has got the best eyes in the whole bloody world, I'm sitting there going, "Hey, good on you. Good on you."
Then there's an earthquake, and when things calm down, the whole hospital is on the moon. So everyone, except for Martha, freaks the fuck out.
Oh, God, the overacting.
Oh, yeah, I love the over.
Even the nurses, like there's a couple of people playing nurses, are losing their fucking minds.
There's one woman looking out the window, and she's the nurse, and she's...
She's trying to be the next main character. She's like, "This is my chance."
Do you reckon that's the reason why extras never get cast as mains, because they overact everything?
Well, yeah.
You're just going to go into an audition and be so nonchalant and they're just like, "Yep, you've got the job." But if you go in there being as like, what is it, like hoity-toity as you can about acting, you're just like, "Oh."
Well, probably they also turn up and they're like, "Okay, so you just react, you don't have any lines. Are you sure? Maybe I could have some lines. Is it all right if I speak?"
So they all want to get noticed.
Yeah.
I would think. So there's a little bit of that overacting. There's a mime trapped in the back.
It's almost like in Doctor Who is the reverse. So if you don't overact, you get cast and you're like nonchalant. This is like,
Your leg fell off. It happens.
Imagine if you were in that episode where one person ends up becoming the doctor and the other one becomes the companion, and you're just another character. You're like, I was also in that episode. Can I have a main role as well, please?
In fact, I had a bigger role in that bloody Karen Gillan.
On Earth, the hospital is gone. From the location of the London Eye and the Westminster Bridge, the location of Royal Hope Hospital matches up to an actual training hospital in the same location. Called St. Thomas's.
I wondered if there was actually a hospital there.
Did you actually go to like Google Maps or something and look that up?
I like the way that it's ripped the concrete and it's all jagged, but when it lands on the moon, it's all flat
perfect,
at the bottom. Yeah.
Well, they would have carved out a hole to put, I don't know.
Didn't you know that the moon's made of cheese? So it's just gone back into the moon. It's just like...
Yeah, they dropped it on and it just bounced for a bit. Yeah.
Boom, ba boom, ba boom.
It looks like the Jadoon may have also scooped up the Florence Nightingale Museum on the corner, although don't trust my knowledge of London, considering I saw the Thames Barrier near an airport and just assumed it was Heathrow, even though they're actually about 35 kilometres apart.
And you did get picked up on that?
I did, thank you very much.
Yes. Yes, well, we don't live there, so we don't really know the geography. We just make it up as we go along.
Martha questions how they're still breathing on the moon, which piques the doctor's interest. They go out to the balcony to find they're out in an oxygen bubble.
So this is the moment.
This is the weird one.
Yeah, but this is the moment the doctor decides she's going to be the next companion because she's
a little bit of that.
She's not doing this. We're all going to die. And she's like, we'll get out there.
Maybe she has problems expressing herself. If you have problems expressing yourself and a mental illness, you could be the companion of the doctor. It's like, yeah, no oxygen, let's go, baby.
I feel like that's why they got all the extras to overact, so they could be like, Martha could just be the one who is like, aliens, okay,
I know,
great.
and he's really awful. He's really horrible to the other doctor. He's like, well, she can't come, she'll slow us down. Oh, hello, she's having a natural reaction to being on the moon.
And he was like shaming her. He's like, shut up. Stop crying.
Shut up, bitch, it's not that bad.
That bit where the doctor just looked at her and did an L on his forehead. He's like, loser. 3 cylindrical ships appear and we have a platoon of Jadoon on the moon.
I like how they call them Jadoon.
I really like that. And when they came back in the new series, they were, what were they? A platoon of Jadoon. What did she call? She called them near a lagoon.
Yeah,
the
near
doctor
a lagoon.
said. Yeah.
It's more of a lake. No, it's a lagoon.
It's a lagoon.
And it's actually a bit of a joke because David Tennant, who plays the doctor, is Scottish. So the hardest word for him to turn into the English accent was ones ending with oon. Because he'd be like, a Jadoon platoon on the moon.
Yeah.
So they were like, they chucked that in, being like, hey, try and say that to us.
Yeah. That's right. He Dick Van Dyked it. He did well.
Meanwhile, kindly old Miss Finnegan pays a visit to Mr. Stoker. Turns out that she's good at absorbing salt and she needs to hide, so it's time for a feed. As her leather daddy slab holds him down,
I know. There is some sexual fantasy in that, isn't there?
Miss Finnegan feeds on the blood of Mr. B. Stoker.
I don't know what kind of sexual fantasy where you have a leather daddy and a straw. Like, a reusable straw. You're like, come on, baby. It's like,
Well, the
what?
doctor says later, they're made completely out of leather. Someone has a feeling.
I'm just worried that, Ting, you're not using your imagination in this scenario.
What kind of scenario are we talking about?
Oh, I don't know. Give me time. I can come up with a few.
Do you think that they're wearing, like, do you think they have leather pants that they take off and there's a leather dick underneath, or?
I don't know.
A leather dick.
A leather dick, yeah.
Oh man, just imagine a dildo made from leather.
Oh,
See?
no.
Why would that even
Yeah.
be a fan? And then you have a straw come out of nowhere. What are you gonna do with that? Stick it up your butt, I mean.
You stick that in me, and I'll stick this straw in you.
What you do is you get a nice, refreshing drink while you're with your leather dildo. Got my straw for my drink, you see.
You mean like the drink of Rohypnol where you just drink it so you forget the experience?
I'm drugging myself for this one.
I like to drink all my drinks through a dildo, so...
No, I meant I've got a nice glass of water and I'm having a drink.
I'm getting
with
some
my
really bad
dildo.
mental images.
Yeah, you people are filthy.
Blood is about 40% iron, so I still think that she should have an iron deficiency. Human blood is generally about 14% sodium, so...
So she should have an iron deficiency. Well, get up to the hospital and let her know.
Yeah, well, maybe she's got too much iron because she's drinking so much blood.
Yeah. Well, she's assimilating. So she
Yeah.
only assimilates internal organs, not shape-shifting.
Yeah.
Okay.
But not only does she drink it because she needs to drink it, but then she also can assimilate blood. It's like... Fuck, this blood does everything for her.
So it's like she drinks the blood and then she when they scan her, they were like, oh, you're human,
Her
right?
internal stuff is
yeah.
human. Yeah.
The organs and stuff. That was
Yeah.
what I got from it. I was like, oh, they drank the blood of the doctor. And
That's what I kind of thought. But the scanner doesn't tell you whether it's analysing your blood or analysing
That was where
your,
I got
your
confused.
organs.
I
Yeah.
thought it was just like what is on your forehead or something.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know, but the scanners are basically just flashlights
Oh, I know that.
with a marker on the end.
What do you mean? What do you mean they're not real?
No, I'm so sorry. I'm
Oh
so
my
sorry.
God.
So sorry you had to find out like this.
There's no rhino men policing the galaxy.
Aw.
There's no leather daddies.
Why do they use like rhinos? Like it's so weird.
Oh,
like
half the aliens in Doctor Who are
like
just
rhinos.
Yeah. Well, animals.
some sort of animal, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we've got cats. Actually, they do cats better than Cats, the movie, did Cats.
Cats the movie is like the bottom.
It's amazing. It's so
That's like the work
ridiculously bad.
experience kid came in and drew whiskers on and threw fur on people. No, they actually do cats really well in Doctor Who. But yeah animals. Like trees, we've got trees.
Trees. Wow.
Tree people, yeah.
Yep, everything. Everything gets to be an alien at some point.
Also, Mr. Stoker really just gives up when the hospital is on the moon. As far as he's concerned, he's never going to see his daughter ever agagan.
Yeah,
And he doesn't even
wow.
know he's about to be killed, so...
Yeah, he's quite the Eeyore, isn't he? He's not a piglet.
The Jadoon enter the hospital and assimilate Earth English. They begin scanning the inhabitants and draw black crosses on the ones who are human. The Jadoon are intergalactic police. Well, more like thugs for hire. So exactly like police.
Yeah. Except not here because they're really nice here, aren't they?
Oh,
Adam?
yeah, of course. Yeah, of course they are.
We really like them. We never want to be pulled up.
They've moved the hospital to the moon as they don't have jurisdiction on Earth. One of the humans smashes a vase over a Jadoon.
Oh,
so
yeah.
he is sentenced to execution.
Yeah, that was like mafia-like.
Yeah, I know. I could not get over that. It's like, I'm panicking.
Did you steal my lunch? the crime, stealing my lunch. The sentence, execution.
Carried out.
Where's Steve? He stole my lunch. Oh.
Oh, and the guy, like the first guy they scanned as well, he was like so chilled. He was like, hey man, listen, like, you know, I know you're doing your job, like, you know,
we come in peace. Yeah.
Man, you didn't have to do that, okay? Like, we're all really cool here.
I don't know. I was sitting there watching it thinking, which would I be, or would I be somewhere in between the overacting people who screamed like the world was ending, or the people who are like, oh yeah, again we've got rhino police coming by.
Season 5, they're like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
We've seen all aliens.
We come in peace, okay?
I love that only one of the Jadoon takes their helmet off because
Yeah, it's only one.
they could only afford one
Yeah.
head.
Although it's a pretty good head, I have to say.
Oh, it's an amazing head, but that's why it costs so much.
I just love the way they talk. Yo, 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 yo.
I mean, when the Mandalorian, the child puppet costs like $5 million to
Yeah,
make,
yeah.
which is basically 5 episodes of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Doctor
just
Who
what I
has
read.
got the world's smallest budget too.
What's that other character? The one that looks like a potato? The
Santarans.
Santarans, yeah.
I
That's
love
another
them.
one, how they've got just the same dude playing all of them.
I know. And they always say, look, we've got millions of Santarans. Well, I met 3. You know,
And they're all played by the same dude.
and everyone else had their head on.
Yeah.
The Jadoon have locked and then delete all of the hospital records. Why?
Yeah.
No reason.
Yeah, this is the other thing. Why? Did they think that the plasmavore was going to... And also, they know they're looking for a plasmavore.
Yeah.
So, when they find out the Doctor's not human, if he's not a plasmavore, how dumb are the Jadoon?
But that also suggests that as well as like thug Jadoon, there's also
Yeah.
like tech Jadoon.
Ah.
Oh shit, you've figured me out.
Yeah.
Have you infiltrated the system? Yes, we have.
I'm the BekTech Jadoon.
He's the one who's still in the air, back in the spaceship doing all the tech stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about how I've just lost my train of thought.
Beck, come back to us. Come back to us.
Come back.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was. How it's a plasmavore, but when you donate plasma, they take the blood out, take the plasma out, and then put the blood back in. Why couldn't she just be that nice and put the blood back in you so you can still live?
Because she's a bitch.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
she's
she's meant to be evil.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And she couldn't grow mutton chops and a twirly mustache,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
they
yeah,
had to give her
exactly.
something else.
So Adam's a plasmavore?
Yeah.
No, I'm more of a dialysis machine monster. So.
I'm sorry about your kidneys.
No, I clean other people's kidneys.
Oh, that's so
Doesn't-
sweet.
Yeah.
That's heroic and awful.
You should see the iron lung monster. It just like encloses you.
I quite like that.
Martha goes to see if Mr. Stoker knows of any unusual patients, and wouldn't you know it, an unusual patient just fed on his blood.
Oh, yes. And they tried to make me care about Mr. Stoker because he had a daughter in university. I'm like, I don't
I
care.
did not like him. He was so obnoxious. Like
Yeah.
at the start, he's like telling people, "This is how you should do your,
Yep.
this is how you should like treat a patient. You're all dumb." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh, yuck! Why would you care?"
Yeah, that's right. She came in with the straw. It's like, yeah, it's a fair thing. A fair thing. Get rid of him.
And Martha runs back to the doctor, chased by a slab. They make it to the x-ray room, but the slab is close behind. The doctor gets to work amping up the x-ray machine with his sonic. Martha's job is to find out how to turn it on. She consults a manual, but with limited time, she ends up using blind luck to press the giant green on button on the side.
I like how she was just like, you know what? I'll just wing it.
Yeah.
When she
But
found out
there's
that
a giant
it was
button that has, it's green.
Green
Like, she's
usually
like,
means go.
which of these buttons do I press?
the green one.
No.
I just, that thing where she pulls out the operating manual, I think we have not got time for this, honey.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not technically minded, but I'd be just going through, I don't even understand the first page. What is going on here?
Why didn't she leave it up to the doctor to do it? He knew like what he was doing.
Yeah,
And then she's like, yeah, you know what? I'll just like, press some
Press some
buttons on the
buttons.
side.
It was her first test as a companion. If she
Yeah.
failed, they all would have died. So.
Yep.
That's a quick way to know.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
just like-
I guess I'll never be a companion. Nope, you're dead.
No, he still would have taken her on because, I mean, he's killed a few hundred people.
Well, that's true.
yeah,
he
yeah,
has.
He's a mass murderer.
Yeah,
He's genocidal medical.
in a good way.
Yeah,
In a
in,
good
in the
way,
way
yes.
we root for, you know.
Yeah.
Kill more people.
The doctor raised the radiation of the x-ray machine by 5,000% to kill the slab. So I'm assuming that slabs are particularly sensitive to radiation?
I don't know. They're
Are
made of
you
leather.
saying slab or slav?
Slab.
Slab.
Yeah.
Slab, not like Russians and all that stuff.
No.
I mean, it's like, Slavs aren't particularly sensitive to radiation either.
But it's leather? I don't know.
I don't
leather.
know.
That's their secret weapon. That's how
That's right.
Slavic people.
That's when a man in pure leather comes towards me, I will just give him radiation poisoning.
That's how all the Slavic people survived Chernobyl.
There you go.
They're all wearing leather.
Thank God I had my leather on. Yeah.
Because x-ray machines don't use a lot of radiation. According to my background scientist Google search, apparently the doctor would need to increase the power of the x-ray machine by about 100,000 times to be able to kill a person within hours.
Aha, you will now die in
In
3 to
a
4
few
months.
hours.
Yeah.
But of course, that's not how things work on a show like this. So
It's like instant.
Yeah.
Does
I know.
anything work on a show like this? Does anything?
Yeah. You've got 3 months to live now. I'm still going to kill you. I know, but I just want you to know, ha
Not the lack of oxygen. 3 months.
ha. 3 months.
you're going to have a bad lymphoma. So
Yeah.
come back to me in 3 months' time.
Just imagine the series, like the TV episode. You have 3 months.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like 5 seasons later. Are they gonna die?
Oh, hello. You've lasted longer than I expected.
I love the Family Guy episode where the family go into, they end up with superpowers. So the mayor of the town, who's played by Adam West, rolls around in radiation and ends up with cancer.
Oh, that's
Oh
right.
my God.
I have seen that.
I love Family Guy. It's the best.
Oh, funny.
The doctor absorbs the radiation, so it's safe for Martha to come out. He sticks it in his shoe and gets rid of it. But realizing how silly he looks, he removes the other one as well.
Oh, come on. I like that. I love that part. That is my favourite part of the Doctor, when he's quirky
So
and odd
silly.
and weird and silly. That's what I love about Doctor Who.
Yeah, he was like really like I can see the appeal of him. Like
Yeah.
he's like a quirky guy.
Yeah. And I love the way his hair sticks right up.
Oh, yeah.
It just, I just love it.
We're at peak David Tennant hair here.
Yeah, I know, and I do love it.
The doctor's sonic screwdriver is shorted out, and he seems devastated until Martha calls him doctor. Then he just tosses an advanced piece of alien technology over his shoulder, leaving it for humans to find.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's not Star Trek, it's not the Federation. There aren't rules about this
It
shit.
is for a quick joke, but yeah. There's a sonic screwdriver sitting around waiting to be found.
Yeah, I've got it, and I still can't get it to work.
Like, what does the sonic screwdriver do? Like, is that the all per?
everything.
whatever you
Everything,
need it to
like-
do at the
Is
time.
that like a Swiss knife, like of
Yeah.
like space weapons?
Yeah.
Like,
It just doesn't do wood though.
yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Doesn't
yeah.
do wood.
But everything else it does.
Yeah, look, it can sometimes make people blow up. It can open doors. It can. Oh,
Like at the end when he has to deal with the MRI machine and he just naturally goes for the Sonic and he's like, damn it, I have to do this without my Sonic?
yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah. I know.
Wow, it's like the Allen key.
Yeah, yes, that's what it is. It's like having an Allen key that can do it, except when you need it to do something and suddenly it doesn't. And then the
That's a
story.
plot twist.
Yes,
Yeah.
always.
I could make a really bad joke about an Allen key.
You can say it.
Do you reckon that's what guys who are named Allen call their penises an Allen key?
Oh, I suppose they would. Do Peters call theirs a Peter? Used to be called a Peter when I was growing up.
A Peter.
Yeah.
I've heard of a Richard.
Yeah.
Peter Pumpkin Eater.
You could knit them. They used to knit these or crochet these little things called Peter heaters.
Jesus.
I guess that's my new project.
When I was a teenager, we all kind of knew that because there was a guy at our school whose name was Peter Heater, and that was hilarious because a Peter Heater was something. I don't know why your willy in particular needed to be warmed up. Okay, you're all looking at me like I'm weird. But
Yeah.
Yeah, it is weird.
This is like the 80s.
The first time you saw a guy take his pants off, were you surprised he didn't have a crocheted
Oh my
Excuse
God.
me,
stick
but
warmer?
where is your Peter Heater, mate?
My question is, how do you put it on?
Yeah.
You just like to squish it in.
I don't know.
How does it stay
I don't
on?
know. I just know.
You tie it
Do
on.
you like crochet like your first love, like
A Peter Heater. I can't crochet, but I would have possibly.
Wow.
Do you crochet the balls too, or?
Send me
No.
Dave's measurements and I'll
Yeah.
make...
Oh, Jesus.
Wow, you're like forward. You're
Well,
like I'll
okay,
make him.
that'll
one.
be 12 inches.
Oh.
Hey, I'm married to him. I've got to talk him up.
You know, 12 inches of wool will only get you about 4 rows of crochet. You know that.
55 inches. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Jesus, he should see a doctor.
Hey, I should see a doctor.
No wonder he gets so dizzy when you're around.
No, but anyway, so you can look it up. It was a thing once. I didn't really make it up.
Yeah,
I
if you're at
promise.
work, please Google Peter Heater.
To quote Austin Powers, oh my God,
Yeah.
you look like a tripod.
From the late 70s, early 80s.
Okay.
You really just had so much time on your hands back there that people
I
were like,
don't know.
how do I keep my dick warm?
I never made them. I just heard about it.
I like how you blamed it. It was the 80s.
yeah, yeah.
Like it justified everything.
I was probably like 14 when I heard what it was. so-
wow.
I'm like so tempted to just make one for the shits and gigs of it. I'm so
It's
tempted.
like-
But, you know, what size do you make it? Because you'd need 2 sizes, wouldn't you? Well, maybe you want one when it's...
Oh, right.
Yeah, yeah.
The thing is, how are you supposed to put it on when it's like
There's
the smaller
relaxed
size?
and then there's...
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, but if you're really into it, then you only need one size because when you go to put it on, you're like, oh yeah.
I don't know what wool against... Anyway. I wish I'd never brought it up.
Oh,
Damn it.
this is amazing.
This is like the best.
Yeah. The Doctor and Martha don't hear the Jadoon clomping up to them, and he is scanned. Finally, Martha begins to believe he is an alien when other aliens confirm it.
Yeah, and why would she be... Why is anyone ever surprised he's an alien if aliens are already there?
Yeah, there's rhinos walking around, and she's like, I don't think you're an alien. You've got 2
yeah.
hearts,
Yeah.
that's all.
Yeah, I mean, if you said to me, Ting, I'm an alien, well, we're sitting here, I'd go, Ting's doolally and we better get out of here. But if aliens had landed in my backyard and you went, by the way, I'm an alien, I'd go, okay, Ting, I'm on board
Yeah,
with
like
that.
why would you not believe that? And
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, yeah.
I like how the police were just like using markers as well to like mark everyone.
Just the Sharpies.
Yeah, they're like, we're aliens, but this is a low budget production. Like, I'll take a Sharpie.
It suggests that there's like an intergalactic stationery shop somewhere where they're
There's
like,
an office
Yeah,
works.
do you have them in black?
It's like torchlight. Right. You're good.
We want one that glows in the dark.
Yeah. All the budget went to the rhino head. Like, just like, let's move on.
Oh dear, that's funny.
The doctor heads to... Are you trying to take your poncho off?
Yeah,
or-
I'm hot now.
I love that you tried to take it off with your headphones on.
Wow.
Hey, leave her alone.
Yeah.
Leave her
Leave me
alone.
alone.
Okay. Well, that's the end of this podcast then.
Yeah, if you haven't got anyone to pick on, then that's pretty much the end of the podcast,
Yeah.
You
isn't
fucking
it?
pick on me, so...
Jesus, wow, this took a turn.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Calm down.
He's got a lot of unresolved anger.
Yeah, he's got some anger issues. We're working through them in therapy.
Oh, right.
this is the
Have you
really-
tried, like, Krav Maga, like, exercising out
I thought you were
your...
going to say just craft.
Yeah.
Have you tried craft?
Or crafting,
A
like,
Peter hater.
yeah, or like, you know, the penis, like, pouch, like, you know,
Yeah.
like,
Like, call it what it is, Ting. It's a Peter hater, okay?
penis pouch, like, gotta rebrand it, like, Peter Heater.
I like the name Dick Heater.
Dick heater.
Dick Heater.
What about Dick Eater?
Oh, yeah! That sounds scary, though. That's like,
That does.
Nom 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 nom.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that episode of Doctor Who.
the Dick Eater, nom 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 nom.
nom,
Like,
yeah.
that's the slogan.
Yeah.
You never want to say to your partner, honey, I bought you a dick eater, and it's not me.
Hey, man, but he might be into it. Who knows? Like,
True.
They're in the hospital and the consultant comes over and he goes, you just ask the patient, what did you eat last night? Dick. What did you eat the night before? Dick.
Dick.
Eating dick all week, so this is a dick eater.
that'll be the commercial for Dick Eater. Nom nom nom.
Nom nom nom.
We're like, hey, the Doctor Who can get more budget after that. Like, more rhino heads.
Just
and stuff,
one
like,
isn't enough.
Yeah.
Oh, this always takes the turn I was never expecting at the beginning.
I think this is above click clamps, you know. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
God.
click claps.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
man, there's
Yeah,
so
we-
many.
Yeah.
We had a whole episode about it.
We found out you can get them with Doctor Who little Doctor Who
Yeah.
nipple clamps and clit clamps.
What are clit? Like, do you clamp it on your clit? Is
I
that?
suppose.
Yeah, apparently.
I don't
Wait,
know.
Yeah, not
Well,
looking
what
that up
We'll
again.
show you later on.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll give a
Yeah, and
demonstration.
then Nicchia gives a demonstration to
Can
every
you give me a
guest.
demonstration in your backyard or out the front? Maybe
Yeah.
it might be better.
I usually do a street one in the park. If you come down to
that's
that,
awesome. Yeah.
yeah.
What time is your
Yeah, yeah.
performance? It's like 12:30 right now.
Yeah, it only
Like,
takes a few minutes. I usually cry during it, but yeah.
this is a performance arts, man.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't.
When I was editing that
They hurt.
episode, I went back to the Etsy store and the nipple clamps, the TARDIS nipple clamps were sold. So,
Were you
no.
buying nipple clamps?
so someone was buying nipple clamps.
Yeah.
Oh.
We kind of, the conversation went that way, and then we said to Beck, we want you to look it up. Can you get Doctor Who nipple clamps? And you can get Doctor Who sex toys. So there you go. We did not
Wow,
know.
that was a market.
Then again, Aiden just came to me this week and said,
Let's clamp your nipples.
no, he said, oh, I love that episode with the click clamps.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, God, I hope he hasn't bought those nipple clamps.
They've been sold.
Merry Christmas!
Christmas! I'll be like, good, we can put them on you.
We'll wait and find out.
Yes. I'll just take a photo of them for you on him.
Oh,
not on
that's
me.
funny.
The Doctor heads to find the Plasma-4 vampire, but the Jejune are close behind. Requiring more time, he asks Martha to help. Repeating multiple times that it means absolutely nothing, he kisses her, and of course, she instantly falls in love with him for the rest of the season.
It's a bit of, it's kind of a, saucy snog.
Yeah.
It was just like out of the blue, all of a sudden, like, I'm kissing you.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
Why did he kiss her?
So that she would have traces of his DNA
Well,
on her.
then spit on her. I don't know.
I'm going to spit on you. And she's like, oh, yes, please.
I don't think we're that far into the relationship.
Yeah, it was just like a real sudden. There was no hand holding. There was just like a snog,
Yeah.
like straight away.
But he could have, like, kissed her hand or something.
Well, I had to get his DNA in her mouth.
Could have
I
been a
don't
gentleman.
know. Yes.
Spit in her mouth or something.
Yeah, spit in her mouth.
All right, open up.
That's very family friendly TV. Like,
I know, and
By that
very
standard,
gentlemanly as
he
well.
could have just jizzed on her chest. You know?
yeah, I know. Like,
Yes, that would be lovely. As he's masturbating, I'm thinking, why am I watching Doctor Who again?
There's traces of alien DNA here, on this wall over here, on the floor, on the ground over here.
Oh, it's very Monica Lewinsky.
How
really,
did it
isn't
get on the
it?
Jadoon?
It's been a while, all right?
It's been a while.
It's been a while. The Jadoon scan her and finding traces of alien DNA, subject her to a full scan. Which apparently they could do with her clothes still on, so.
Yeah, and also,
Yeah.
if it was an extra, they would have just killed them. You know, luckily for Martha, she's got a bit of a role in this, so he's not just going to execute her. He had to do another scan.
The doctor finds Miss Finnegan in the MRI room, but acts dumb. He convinces the plasmavore that the Jadoon are scanning everyone again.
I love that.
So she drinks his blood.
I love the way he plays the...
Rhinos, there's bloody rhinos out there.
I love the way he plays the human. It's so cool. I was looking forward to that bit because I remember the first time
he was
watching
like
it.
goofing around and he was so unhuman. Like, he was so bad at role playing a human.
I loved
My
it.
wife was talking about you could come visit the wife.
Yeah.
I loved it.
What did he say his occupation was? Like a postman or
Postman.
like
That's why he had bunions on his feet. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
and hairy feet. Did we notice?
No, he's a hobbit.
Oh, he has very hairy feet. That was a little bit of a put off for me.
So he does masturbate a lot then.
Oh, yeah.
What?
No,
What?
hairy
Is that a
palms.
thing?
Oh, hairy palms. That's right. It's hairy palms.
Whoa.
Okay.
That took a turn. So, when you have hairy feet, you jerk off. I was like, what?
When you have hairy feet, you don't know how to control when you're jerking off, basically.
24/7.
I mean, this is what I do. I meet a guy. I go, take off your shoes, hairy feet, wanker. Off I go. I'm straight out the door.
I love the tricks that they tried to use when we were kids to try and stop, especially
Oh, yeah.
guys from masturbating. They were like, you'll go blind. Also, you'll have hairy palms.
Yeah, yeah. Whereas they had no concept that girls would, so they just didn't tell us anything.
Yeah.
They just went,
Yeah.
oh, you're right.
Cornflakes.
If you eat this cereal, you won't jerk it all the time.
Yeah, it's
It's just so bland. Oh, cornflakes was invented by Kellogg's.
Yeah.
To stop boys masturbating.
This is the first time I'm hearing
You've
of-
never heard this?
No, like,
Oh,
it was
really?
like a different thing in Singapore. Like,
If you try and masturbate with a handful of cornflakes, you really don't want to do it again. So.
you might be into it. Like, you never know.
Yeah.
That's like training.
I don't get that. Whereas we were pretty much told to just, lie there, close your eyes and think of England or think of Australia.
Say the pledge.
Say the pledge and just put up with it because you're doing this for your country.
Lest we forget.
When the Jadoon and Martha arrive in the MRI room, they find the doctor dead on the floor. Dun, dun, dun.
And he didn't regenerate, so I knew it wasn't real.
The Jadoon are looking for a creature who sucked the blood out of the child princess of Patraval Regency 9. And they enter a room to find one person drinking from another, and yet they still don't suspect Miss Finnegan.
It's just some weird
I know.
sex thing.
And she had the marker thing on her hand as well.
Yeah.
She was like, look!
We've scanned her already, so don't worry about it. I mean, she's holding a straw. She's got blood on her mouth.
Yeah.
And they're
We're
like,
looking
"We're
for a
gonna put it
vampire."
together.
Oh, well, she's killed the alien. The alien's dead. No, you dickhead. The alien killed the alien. You need Martha then to scan, grab a torch, shine it on her, shine a light on the situation.
So she's not identified as an alien because she has the blood of humans in her.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why she's been
Right.
sucking the...
However, she just sucked alien blood.
And she had no idea. And someone who is really smart who could switch up the MRI, like the radiation and whatnot.
Yeah.
She couldn't tell that he was an alien. That was a bit weird.
Well,
You know what I mean? Like,
she's too arrogant. This is what trips them up, Ting, the baddies. Arrogance and telling everybody their plans in minute detail before they kill them.
yeah, she was listing everything she was doing, like in the manual. She's like, first of all this and then that and then that.
Let me get out the baddie to-do list. Right, tick, tick, tick.
Plus, she's only just assimilated human blood. Like, it's probably only been like half an hour to an hour.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden she's like, I must assimilate again. It's like, oh,
Well,
Jesus.
maybe it doesn't work for very long. I mean, have you been a plasmavore? Have you met one? Do you know? That's right. You're very judgy for a man without all the information.
Sure. It takes me longer to, I don't know.
Digest food.
Yeah, I don't turn into a hamburger when I eat a hamburger. That's for fucking sure.
Otherwise, you would be.
I mean, I turn into a beer bottle when I drink beer. Martha grabs one of the Jadoon scanners and uses it on the plasmavore, who now registers as not human. They execute her and evacuate the building.
Yeah, I know. I mean, what? They couldn't have helped?
Yeah.
That was too much for them. They just had to piss off after.
They look at the scanner and they're like, nah, this is more than my job's worth. I'm
Yeah.
getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah, like, I'm not getting paid overtime.
Yeah, that's
Fuck
right.
this.
Yes.
Also, like, how did she just grab the thing from the police, though? Like, you know, like, you don't just grab, like, the scanner.
and not
like,
get killed.
Yeah. It's like you grab a gun from a policeman
Yeah.
and it's like, no, there'll be repercussions. And she was surrounded by them.
Yeah.
Like you said, Nicchia, if she was an extra, she would have been executed.
She would have.
Well, she
However,
already has been.
Well, that's right. She's already died once in Doctor Who.
She did?
Yeah.
Yeah, remember we said when she
Yeah,
was.
yeah, she was an extra. I didn't know that she died, though. Like,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
Oh,
she
she was
died
the
pretty.
cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
she died pretty early on.
The plasmavore has increased the MRI to 50,000 Tesla to send out a magnetic pulse to kill everyone with 250,000 miles or just over 400,000 kilometers.
Do you know, every time I hear the word Tesla for that, I think of you because you like Nicholas Tesla.
Yeah, Nikola Tesla.
Yeah, Nicola.
Nikola, that's right.
Nicola. I always call him Nicholas. It should have been Nicholas. His mother and I talked.
If
and-
you try and look up Tesla, the unit of measurement, all you get is the fucking car thing.
Oh, yes, yes.
I saw one of those drive down my street today.
Oh, they're great cars. It's just a shame that the guy who runs the company is a fucking monster.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, and then isn't it just right? I mean, if you're going to be running a big multi-million-dollar company, shouldn't you be evil? That's how you got there?
I know. Comparatively,
Yeah.
compared to the other people on the richest list, he's not that bad.
Oh, okay. So we've got
He's
degrees
the
of
lesser
evil.
of the evils.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
Well, it also includes
He's
Mark
like the worst.
Zuckerberg. And,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. So they're all evil. It's just
Yeah.
how evil you are.
And the top guy is Jeff Bezos, who basically is a fucking monster.
Yeah.
Who
Oh, yeah, he is.
only became the richest man in the world by ensuring that most of his employees can qualify for benefits because they don't get paid enough, you know?
he even set up like a fund for people to donate to.
Yeah.
To support the Amazon workers who are
What?
going to be. Yeah.
Yeah. He asked
Yeah,
people to
displaced
donate to
by-
Amazon.
He could have done that.
Yeah, he didn't want to. Like,
He could do it 10 times over.
And you know, like Richard Branson, right? Like this guy, he was like, you know what? I'm going to mortgage like something off my private island, you know, to keep my company afloat.
Yeah.
And then Jeff Bezos was like,
Yeah.
guys, just come on, donate to my fund.
Give me money. I don't have
Yeah.
enough.
I mean, like, it's just a stark difference in the way that they were dealing with it. It's
Well,
not like,
some people have got, I mean, look at Trump. He's lost an election and won't leave. Some people have got to hide so thick that they can't even see.
I don't know, like, they
How
have
bad
to
they are.
remove him, though. Like,
Oh, they will. They will. And I would fly to America for that day.
The latest I've heard is that he's planning to have a rally on the day of the inauguration.
Yep.
Oh,
Have his
really?
own event.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. This is a man who's bad at everything, including losing.
he is really bad
When
at
he's
losing,
in a
like-
home
Yeah.
or something, it's just like, I'm the president. It's like, sure, Trump, sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so basically, he also said at a rally that he's a great loser. He's not a sore loser.
He's great at losing.
If he had actually lost the election, he would graciously leave the White House, but he didn't lose the election, guys.
Oh my God.
Just like the guy you fire and he comes back to work going
Yeah.
like, this is not happening. Like,
You
this
don't
is
work
not-
here anymore. Like
I do.
Yeah, I'm actually the boss. I'm the CEO, guys.
We fired you, Jeff, every day for 6 months, and you keep turning up.
Shows up with a protest.
Yeah.
It's just like, what?
Yeah, and then gets other people to give him money, even though he's got money. I find
Yeah,
that.
like, I'm just like, I think like,
How do you have the gall?
yeah, but also like, it would be really, how cool would it be if they have a SWAT team go into the White House to
Yeah,
remove the
that'd be
president?
amazing.
Like, I would be like, I would love to see that happen. Not for the right reasons.
No, I would pay I would pay money for a ticket to see that.
Yep.
Front row. Like,
Yep,
just like,
yep.
that didn't happen.
Yelling out, get him out, get
Well,
him
some
out.
people would have a front row because the inauguration is just in front of the White House, so they would watch him being dragged out.
Maybe they'll
It'd be
have like
amazing.
just one of those ginormous hooks they used to use to get you off the stage.
Sunday, Trump being dragged out of the White House.
I just don't even know if anyone could show up to the inauguration safely. Like, you know, it would be like a guaranteed chaos happening. Like,
There will be something.
yeah, that would be like so many police.
I mean, you know that Trump's going to turn around and be like, well, I had more people at my inauguration.
And then he just like does this thing, like he takes a photo of 5 people and he's like, hell on,
Look at
5
that.
million.
It's just a small photo, that's all.
Martha attempts to resuscitate the doctor, but it doesn't seem to work until she remembers that he has 2 hearts.
Well, that is very handy.
Fantastic. I'm pretty sure that just pumping someone's heart doesn't magically make them
Yeah,
get
but
more
it's
blood.
the doctor.
Sure,
He's
sure,
an
sure.
alien. Adam.
If you lose so much blood that your heart stops pumping, you are dead. You are essentially dead.
CPR, 2 hearts starts working. Like, it's a medical fact.
It's thinking like a human. That's your problem. Thinking like a human.
She is human.
Yeah.
She gives her last breath of oxygen to the doctor before passing out. And we know that it's the last breath of oxygen because there's a handy little thing
Gauge,
like, no oxygen.
Oh, I love the gauges or the clock that counts.
Oh yeah, and then that doctor that was towed off by
Yeah.
the doctor.
Yeah.
Like she was like in the background going.
He did. I wonder if he walked by and kicked her and went, loser. But why is he carrying Martha? He doesn't
don't know.
need
I
to
don't
carry
know.
Martha.
Yeah.
Just
I
sit
thought
there
he was
with
going
her.
to do something. He doesn't do anything. He
No.
literally stands there and goes to the Jejune, reverse it. And they're like, what about this hospital we put on the moon? Should we do something about it?
Yeah.
We should send it back to Earth.
Yeah. Jeff in tech goes, oh, yeah, shit, sorry, guys, my bad. I was having a coffee.
Also, can I point out that the Jejune don't know that the MRI machine has been stopped? So essentially, they're sending a giant bomb back to Earth to kill everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't seem to care.
No.
They were like, we're done. Oh shit, we have to do more. Whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, if we don't send the hospital back, we're going to have to do some paperwork.
Yeah,
Oh, Jesus.
You know, the Shadow Proclamation will be right up our ass for that.
Everyone is fine, and as with all people who almost asphyxiate, they're allowed to do radio interviews and go to parties that same night.
Yeah, and she was like at her party. Like I like at the start of the episode as well. She was like, "Oh, I can't go to my party." She was so sad that she was on the moon. I couldn't go to
I
my
love the
party.
fact that you're in hospital for sodium deficiency and stomach cramps, but you nearly die of oxygen starvation, and you're like, out you get.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of salt deficient people to get back in here.
I know.
But wouldn't they be like, we need to take you to hospital? Would they be like, should we go back into the hospital that just went to the moon, or should we take you to a different hospital? I don't.
Wouldn't some secret service agency want to have a little chat to you?
Nope, they're allowed to go to a party.
Yeah. And what about all the patients who were dead? Like, what happened to them?
Yeah.
There's nothing. It was just like,
Dead.
party scene.
Yeah. No, Joe, Steve left Steve on the moon. Sorry. Left him there.
The snivelling medical student is now going around saying he was a hero, telling people that Mr. Saxon is right. We're not alone in the universe.
Which didn't mean anything to me the first time I
No.
watched it. And then later on, Mr. Saxon turns out to be the Doctor's greatest enemy.
Oh.
Oh, and he probably voted for Trump.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
At Leo's party, Annalise causes a huge fight amongst the family. She even thinks Martha was drugged and made up the whole alien story.
Yeah, Annalise is a dickhead.
Fake news.
And he looks like the father looks like a dickhead as well. There's just dickhead-itis going around that family.
But instead of following her family members, Martha runs after the Doctor. The Doctor has a new sonic screwdriver and offers Martha a ride in his ship. She doesn't believe it's also a time machine, so he goes back to the start of the day, causing Martha's initial interaction.
Yes.
As all Whovians know, the Doctor can never travel within his own timeline, except for cheap tricks.
Yeah, how many times could you have you fixed the whole thing if you'd gone back and travelled in your own timeline? So the big thing with Doctor Who is you can't leave and go back and fix it. You've got to stay there and fix it.
I also like how like he's like over 1,000 years old and he's like cheap tricks.
Yeah.
The way to go. I'm like, you have 1,000 years to like get something down pat, and you're like cheap tricks. I'm like,
And
what?
he's like, I'll just go back in time and show off for this 20-year-old, like.
Yeah.
And then when he was like starting his like the TARDIS, like he was like flipping switches and he was like announcing everything he was doing. It was so weird.
Well, there is an episode where he's working away. This is the next Doctor on. He's working away and all the companions are downstairs. There's 3 of them. They're talking and he leans over and he goes, I'm doing amazing things up here. And what is the point of you if you're not here to notice? So, he is quite the show off.
Yeah, he's very insecure, like, and he's
Shockingly.
so bad with like expresses.
Even I could get a woman if I had a friggin' time machine,
Yeah.
Jesus.
You don't need to be insecure or anything. Just
Yeah.
like bang, time machine. That's
Just need
it.
to invent time travel.
Yes.
The hardest
Not
thing would
hard.
be convincing them you have a time machine.
Yeah, well, I go back to the start, take off all my clothes, and then go back to...
Don't take off all your clothes. I've told you. This is where you're going wrong.
I thought the tie had something to do with it. I thought that, like, she was gonna... you know, because he takes his tie off. So I thought throughout the episode she was going to be like, I bet it's a clip-on tie, blah, blah, blah. And that he was going to reveal like, no, it's an actual tie. But no, he just takes his tie off for some reason.
I don't know.
That's a weird trick.
It is a weird trick.
Why don't you just take a shoe off? Like, wouldn't that
Yeah.
fling it
that's
at
right.
her?
The Doctor introduces Martha to the TARDIS, and it's only bloody bigger on the inside.
This is where I think when I was watching it last night, because Dave and I watched it together because he likes Martha and he liked this episode.
Yeah.
And I said, this was the beginning of me going off David Tennant's Doctor.
Okay.
Because when Martha comes in and every companion goes, it's bigger on the inside. And usually that's an exciting moment. And he's kind of a bit smart-assy about it. He's like, bigger on the inside. Ooh, is it? I hadn't noticed. I wanted to slap his face.
Really?
Yeah, and then he goes, but you're only one trip. You're not replacing Rose. I'm like, oh, shut your...
that
I'd
was
rather
a
be
weird
by
ending.
myself.
Yeah. Oh, and I just, you whiny ass. Yeah.
Warning her that it isn't a date, the Doctor and Martha Jones begin their adventures.
Yeah. I think the way that they wrote him to treat Martha started to put me off this incarnation of the
It
Doctor.
was just a really weird turn, though. Like, he kind of liked her, and then when she was interested, he was like, nah.
Yeah.
Like, it was just a very sudden turn towards the end.
I know. We've all had those relationships, haven't we? Come here. Go away. Come here. Come here. Go away.
Not in the span of 10 minutes, no. Like, that's a very quick relationship.
I don't know. If you went to high school, then maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never had relationships in high school.
Oh, okay.
No, me either, yeah.
Really? Am I alone out here?
Yeah, you were the school
Yeah.
slag.
No, I was not. I was
That's how we refer to you when you're not around.
that was your official title.
I'm kidding, Beck. I'm kidding. I was the school slag, okay?
No, I was the school slag,
Oh,
okay?
damn it, Ting, were you the school slag?
No, you can't. You guys can.
damn
You can go with that.
I'm not
title if
buying
you
into
want.
that joke, yeah.
I'm not buying into it.
No.
As we always do, we like to give it a score out of 5.
It was really good to watch again. It reminded me how much I enjoy Martha. There are better ones of Martha coming up and worse. We only got one season of her, but as an opener, I'm giving this a 3.5, nearly a 4. But I wanted to slap David Tennant by the end of it, so that lost half a point.
Ting?
I liked it. I've never watched any other like Doctor Who episodes, so I don't know but I'll give it a 3.25.
Ooh.
I know.
You always have to
Risky.
be different, don't you?
Yeah, I
You always have to
do.
be different.
Of course.
Beck?
I'm going to give it a 3.5. I've never really been much of a fan of Martha's, just for that whole thing of, you know, trying to be the next Rose, but she could have had so much more of an independent plot line. She does
Yep.
seem like an independent sort of person, and then you just bring in David Tennant just being a stereotypical sort of dude, just completely oblivious to Martha's feelings or anything.
Yeah, that was the bit. I did enjoy the episode until the end, and
Yeah.
then there was the end that I was like, "Oh, really?"
I'm just
Yeah.
like, why did you have to kiss her? There were so many different ways you could have given her
Yeah.
your DNA.
Yeah,
That's right.
You could have pooped in her hand, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, we've mentioned them all, yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, I liked the storyline how it went on the moon, obviously. You know, it just went on the moon. I mean, they could have just chucked it out into space, but I actually like the fact that they got sent to the moon.
Well, and I liked the Jadoon on the moon, a platoon.
Yes,
I liked
I'm a
the
little bit
Jadoon.
sad that we didn't get Dooney here as well. That would have been great. Jadoony on the moony.
We got a Dune, do the review a Jadoon on the moon.
A doon.
Doon.
And I am also going to give it a 3.5. I think it's a pretty standard episode of Doctor Who. Giving it an extra 0.5 because the Jadoon are memorable. You know, Martha is quite good.
Right, well, that's pretty standard. For me, like a 3 would be a stock standard. It's a little bit above that for me, but yeah. Okay, so Ting, I'm going to ask you a question. I shall give you a few minutes to think about it because I didn't prep you for this.
Okay.
So one of the things is everybody who comes on, we ask them what their Time Lord name would be. So the Doctor is the Doctor. He picked the Doctor because of care and to be able to look after people and that sort of stuff. Beck is the artist. Adam is the nerd.
The nerd.
Do you have to do that every single time? The nerd.
Yes, he does. Haven't you
Of the
noticed?
nerd.
We've been doing this for 2 years. Have you not noticed he has to do
I know,
it every
but
time?
is it like every time
Yes.
we say the nerd, he has to do
Because
it?
Nicchia points to me. I assume you wanted me to do it.
Oh, I always want you to do it, baby. I always.
Oh, but do you want me to say it as well?
Yeah. Could you say it as well? Okay.
So every time somebody says the nerd, you have to do it. The
Yes.
nerd.
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah.
The
Like
nerd.
every time someone says my wife.
What the hell?
Fuck.
You can
came out of
never
no-
do that again.
He has his own intro track
Oh.
when he goes into a conversation. He's like, the nerd.
Hello, I'm the nerd.
The nerd.
So my family gave me mine. So my Time Lord name is the Commander, which I didn't
Yeah.
want. So it is either a word to describe who you think you are in essence or who you would like to be. So Matt Ford has the decent because
Right.
that's what he aims for. As you'll see up there.
Yeah, I was looking at that board. I was like, that's
Yeah,
pretty cool. I'm going to go with Dick Eater. You know, like just. You want to be ferocious. You got to start strong.
Well,
Yes.
that's
I love
Don't
it.
be
true.
fucked around, especially with that episode where the doctor was just a jerk
Yeah,
to Martha
yeah.
at the end.
He needed that. So what I want to know is we turn up in our TARDIS at a planet, right?
Yes.
We all get out. We've all got our strengths, okay? We've got the artist, we've got the commander, we've got the nerd. What does the dick eater bring to the adventure?
Where's the dicks?
Yeah,
What-
where
what-
are the dicks? I
Okay.
eat the dicks.
Oh,
That's
oh,
pretty much
okay.
me. Like,
so you just
like,
emasculate the men and then the
and
things.
women.
And
That
women.
Equality.
That's true.
Equality
Yeah.
is
That's
2020.
Women can be dicks too.
Yeah.
That's true. So,
Pansexuals, whatever.
Right.
Yeah, everything.
hey, I like
You
that.
eat them all.
Yeah.
So you
Fantastic.
eat all the dicks and we go, well, we've got nothing to do now.
And then she can do a painting,
Yeah.
of the
Yes.
orgy,
Oh,
right?
yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
write a book,
Yeah.
and you
I
can
will
just scream
direct.
action.
Yeah. I can direct everything.
There we go.
All
film
right.
set.
Thank you. The
I've
dick
got
eater.
it. Thank you, the dick eater. You better write on the board before you go.
All right. It'll be my honor.
Ting, do you have anything you would like to plug?
But you can go to my Facebook page, Ting Lym Comedy, and you can find out there, or my Instagram as well. I'll be posting stuff up. Or Hot Mess Comedy Brisbane, you can follow that. It's actually a monthly show, and what it is like, 4 comics. You do comedy, and then the other half is set list where the audience give the comics a topic and they have to improvise on the spot. So it's pretty fun. We sold out like 3 shows. It has been amazing. We got great reviews. Follow us on Hot Mess Comedy Brisbane.
Yeah, it's really good. We both
we
saw it,
the
the first
show,
one.
and it was fantastic.
Yeah.
It was really good. Nicchia, any plugs?
Yes, I would just like to plug 4th of January is I'll be releasing my next podcast or my second podcast because I'm not leaving this one, which is Neighbourhood Watching with Beck and Nick with Beck Buckingham. And it's just very bingeable, 15, 20 minutes talking about flog bag neighbours, pretty much. You can follow us on Facebook on Neighbourhood Watching with Beck and Nick. We've got a Facebook page and also Instagram and WWBAN pod.
Beck?
You can find my artworks at rwolf.art on Instagram and Facebook.
You can catch the hosts on Facebook at Nicchia Shit Comedy and Adam O'Sullivan Comedian. D4WH is on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. The podcast is available on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and many more. Nicchia also hosts Neighbourhood Watching with Beck and Nick, looking at the weird and wacky neighbours just over your back fence. Available where all podcasts are. Adam regularly works with Big Fork Theatre in Brisbane. You can find him in some of the online shows on the Big Fork YouTube channel, and he also has sketches in the Get It In Ya podcast. If you enjoy D4WH, please consider jumping onto our Patreon and donating. We release episodes early, and for as little as $5 a month, we release mini episodes in between our normal episodes. D4WH is part of The Nerd Infinite, which can be found at thenerdinfinite.com. Ting, can I get a location and an object, please?
Location, Egypt.
Egypt.
Object, paperclip.
Paperclip. Get the word out. You might be in Egypt looking at the mighty pyramids when you pull out a paperclip and suddenly you're arrested because you can't take paperclips near the pyramids. I assume. No, there was a woman who got...
No office works.
There was a woman who got arrested because she took a photo shoot near the pyramids and she was like wearing a dress that went up above her knees.
Oh.
Yeah.
And they were like, it's too risque. And I looked at the pictures and I was like, that's too risque.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Different culture.
Anyway, so you use your paperclip to access the secret tomb within the pyramids and it unlocks and therefore there you find Nicchia and Beck and I recording D4WH for all of time.
Oh, fuck.
Until next time,
Like
keep
purgatory.
searching the skies for the Doctor. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you for having me.
This has been a production of The Nerd Infinite. And then the sound of dragons spitting fire and stuff. What? Why are you looking at me like that? You remind me of the babe. What babe?
Babe with the power. What power? The power of voodoo. Who do you do? Remind me of the babe.
I saw my baby. Going hard as babes could cry.
Okay, I'm lost now.
It was good.
Labyrinth.
My baby's love her girl.
Oh, okay.
My baby.
I've seen it twice.
Nobody knew
Never seen
what
it.
kind of magic spell to use.
Slime and snails and puppy dog's tails.
Okay, well, they're doing this.
This
Let's
is what
go.
we do when we're not doing the podcast, just singing David Bowie
Oh, I
songs.
love it.